SD na KUAM News Update sa presenta ni CHamoru Enterprises.
Off at Guam, here's what's making headlines for Wednesday, June 26th. Beyond the bathrooms, Julia Santos flushes the details on Senator Jim Moylan's proposal to refresh the smells and sights at our island's public parks.
Senator James Moylan's bill addresses the number 1 and number 2 issues at our island's public park restrooms by establishing a public-private collaboration in which the Department of Parks and Recreation will set the requirements and standards for the management of one of Guam's 70 public parks by a private firm through what is called an invitation for bid, or IFB. The bid will stipulate how the private firm intends on generating revenue via their business plan, which will provide the funding for the upkeep and possibly even improvement of the park's grounds and facilities. The senator says there's already interest in the private sector.
So yes, there are folks that are interested there. Some have great big ideas, some have smaller ideas too. But this will all be confirmed and agreed upon by Parks and Rec.
Senator Moylan stressed that GovGuam is dealing with major funding issues and that his bill will help save GovGuam money that it spends on maintenance contractors. An invitation for bid put out by DOA's General Services Agency received a response with an estimated cost of $244,000 for restroom attendance and service maintenance, and that's only for 15 parks. If Moylan's Bill 58 is passed into law, those funds could go toward more critical needs.
We have problems with our school facilities. We're trying to find more money for our police departments. The Department of Corrections has told us all their problems with their facilities. GMH is just waiting for us.
According to Senator Moylan, that's just the beginning of the benefits for his public-private partnership bill, citing that there is a potential for greater economic activity generated by the companies interested in investing and developing Guam's public parks. He used Two Lovers Point as an existing model that created business opportunities for local entrepreneurs, which in turn created new job opportunities for the island community.
Free enterprise develops jobs and helps our economy grow. Who pay the taxes to help pay for our needs? The police force, the fire department, the corrections department, our hospitals. Right? The private enterprise doesn't come in to try to get everything they can out of us. They want to grow with the community as well, because we're hiring people in our community to provide this service. The better the company performs, the better we can grow the businesses and then put more back into the general fund.
When asked about his thoughts on those who fear that private companies will abuse the public-private partnership, Senator Moylan says it's not in the company's best interest to be irresponsible or greedy.
It's not going to work. That company's not going to survive. The spirit of competition comes in, and they're going to provide a better service and a better product, and that's what we want to do. And by doing so, that's going to help, again, the community. There are 70 parks, and if we went around and took pictures at all the different parks, I'm sure they all need a lot of help. But if we can just take care of a few with a public-private partnership that can generate some income and give people jobs, where's the harm?
Bill 58 would authorize a minimum 10-year lease with an option to renew for an additional 10 years, and the awarded contract is subject to an annual performance review. Included also is a legislative termination provision. The legislation has been sitting and waiting for a public hearing since it was introduced in March. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Julia Santos.
And good news coming out of the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, as the agency has announced that it received high performer designations on both its Section 8 and public housing programs for fiscal year 2018. At a recent meeting between the GURA Board of Commissioners and officials from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, the federal agency informed the Housing Authority that it scored above 90% on both Section 8 Management Assessment Program and Public Housing Assessment System certifications, conducts annual certifications of housing authorities nationwide. These high performer designations indicate that GURA meets basic performance standards and demonstrates a level of competency and administration of its programs. Stay connected via KUAM.com or the KUAM mobile news app. Follow us on any of the social media platforms and download our podcasts on the KUAM Podcast Network. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonagan Charfres.
SD na KUAM News Update sa presenta ni CHamoru Enterprises.